Hey everyone, Pukraj here with my week 5 game of the Little World Cup tournament. Again, I am playing in Black and White LC. I am currently 2-0 in Black White and 0-2 in SSLC. So, yeah, that change worked. And right now I'm 2-0 and I'm trying to go for my third win in this generation. Today, this year, we are playing Italy. And this week we are playing Italy. And when I played this game yesterday, my team was down 0-2. So there was no pressure, so to say, to win. But if I won, like we were in a better place. We were 1-2, and we had a firm base to push on from there. So as I was preparing for this game, I had many ideas as to what to try, what not to try. But in the end, I decided to use the team I used in my week 3 game. And this is basically a very fun team by which Frieza gave me. It has a Staff Magnemite, a defensive Polygon. I am convinced that Polygon is broken in Black and White. I spammed this mon forever and it's still really, really good. It always eats everything, lives everything, and just be an annoyance to every mon that here, apart from the fighters, of course. Then we have a defensive, not a defensive, but a bulky Ghastly. So the idea behind this bulky Ghastly is that you would lead it with on the main full lead and just sub up on it. It is EV in such a way that you cannot break its up after one knock. And knock, as you all know, is if you don't know, but knockoff is really bad in black and white. The power is like 30 or 20, I believe, and does a double in power as well if you that the opponent is having an item on his Pokemon. So yeah, the idea is to sub up on opposing Mienfu and with Sludge Bomb, Energy Ball that hits everything, and Pain Spit for longevity. It's a very long amount to defend against. Then the real star of the show is the Omanite. Now, Omanite, most of the time you'll consider it to be a Surge Smasher to sweep, but this one's different. This one's a bit of a funky variant in which it is Stealth Rock, Hydro Pump, Knockoff, and Toxic Spikes. The Toxic Spikes is really, really nice in black and white or any because first of all you don't expect it, and second of all you can set it up pretty easily because no one expects and no one does not to on Omanite because you might just get bopped by an ice beam or hydro pump. So usually you get these spike up very safely, and with if you manage to keep them up, it really chips down the opponent and an ability to win. The last two more the standard Mienfu and Life Orb Diglett. Nothing too funky about them. My opponent was no, yeah. So I was preparing for the game. I had a slight idea that my opponent might use what's called a Copycat Riolu Roar Spike Strike sort of a thing. So the idea behind that team is that you Spike Strike your opponent, then go Riolu, roar once, and then Copycat Roar every time. And Riolu's ability being Prankster makes it so that you can easily roar before I hit my move because Prankster enables you to go move faster if it's a non-attack move, so to say. So so as I did that, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be tough because the only thing that can stop his copycat roar is my Fate Out Mienfu. So I had to make sure that I had to actually kind of hope that he roars me into my Mienfu so that I can just Fate Out and then pattern the game from there. So yeah, as for leads, my Magnemite was the safest lead possible because he was obviously going to lead with a Ferocid or a Dwebble. Ferocid has Stealth Rocks and Dwebble has Spikes usually. So yeah, I lead my Mienfu. I lead my Magnemite as he leads his Ferocid. Now, here I am Magnet Pull, which means that Ferocid cannot switch out. So, and I have HP Fight. Now, I calculated HP Fight did at least 50 easily. So I had no hesitation. I activated HP Fight, did nice amount of 58% damage as he set up Stealth Rocks. Now, here, because I didn't have any removal, my biggest goal here was to limit the spikes as much as possible. Because if I do that, I'm still able to win the game because Had I set up 3 spikes with the Stealth Rock, I would have been chipped down really, really easily. So, as we fight, I kill the first hit here. He goes into his double. This also does like 50 plus to the double. Yep. As now in doing so, now I was only able to limit him to 1 spike and 1 Stealth Rock, which is the best case scenario that I could get from the situation that I was in. Now, here I believe he goes into his Riolu. Now, here the game starts. Here the main idea is. See, now here I killed my double. Now, I cannot attack Riolu at all, so I have to switch. And he knows I will switch. So he just attacks, roars me freely as it goes to my Ghastly. He roars, and now the vortex. I am stuck in the vortex. I cannot do anything. I have to hope that my main foe is rolled out on a roar at some point. So I just Magnemite, I do something, doesn't matter, he rolls me out, Ghastly. This can do so for a fair amount of turns. I go into now Polygon. Now he rolls me out. Next again, Copycat. Roll into my Ghastly once again. So I could not do anything at this point. I just hope that I am able to get past this bad situation I am in. And I eventually do. I think I not this turn. This is basically just roar, nothing more. Rolls me again. Yeah, Mainful comes in here. Now, he knew I would click Fake Out. That's the obvious move to stop the vortex, to get out of the vortex. So he goes into Flish, a very fine play. Now here, I think what I thought was I wanted to get this Flish locked because Flish felt bulky with the ABO on, and if I did knock it, I can easily attack it better with my other Pokemon. I trap it with my Diglett maybe, or go with my Magnemite to kill it easier. Because with Evolite, it lives one hit usually, so yeah, that's a problem. So I knock off here after the failed fake out. As he stalls, thankfully I don't get burnt here. Disable doesn't matter too much, but here, yeah, thankfully I didn't get burnt, I would be very bad. So I U-turn now into my Ghastly, who lives one scald if I don't get burnt. Yep, so that's the bulk coming in right there. It's so good. Now, I think I Pain Split here. If I'm not, no. I should have. I'm not sure what I did here. Energy Ball, I believe. Yeah, I should have a Pain Split here, to be honest. But I was just scared of a Shadow Ball Flash as well. I just want to try and do some damage on it if possible. But the better play was always Pain Splitting there so that I can get some damage on Stunky. Which would have helped later on, to be honest, if I'm being very, very honest. So yeah. Now I just Pain Split, I think. He clicks Pursuit, thinking I'll switch. I clicked Pain Split, thinking that he would Sucker Punch. But he pursues, he wins the speed tie, and my Ghastly is lost. Now, here, one mistake. I went Diglett here, yes. But I was sub Diglett. Sub 3 Diglett with Life Orb. Now this, here I was 84, and it was a roll for me to kill, which I think was in his favor. But the better play here again was to just sub here and then attack. Because here he just Sucker Punches and I lose my Diglett for nothing. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, this is not looking too good for me right now. This Stunky is very annoying. So I don't, but thankfully, since it was a physical variant of Stunky, I could easily go to my Omanite, let anyone hit, and just throw off a Hydro Pump, I believe. Yes, Transit is nothing. And I believe I Hydro Pump here, yeah, for some damage. It was Evilite Stunky. Now here, I was damn sure he would use Sucker Punch. So what I do here is now I do hard into my main food. No, sorry, I started my Stealth Rock here. Yep. I started my Stealth Rock here. Expect the Sucker Punch. And so Stealth Rock does two things. The main thing, of course, is that it gives me the opportunity to damage anyone that comes in. Of course, that chip is very required for every one of my Pokemon. And number two, if at some situations that a Pokemon is very low, and with Rocks up, it can switch in again and not be an issue to me anymore. So I did that so that basically I was very scared about the Riolu. Because even if at 5% health, it would easily just try to roll me or do some shit like that, which would cause me mighty problems. So I wanted to my Rocks up, and I don't want me to put now on another skill punch, and I just fade out here quite freely. Yep. And I think here I double back. No, he mementos. Yeah, I wanted a U-turn, I believe here. Yeah, I wanted a U-turn, but he mementos very good play. Why he did that was here to sub up his sub his Riolu and just again with copy shenanigans be very annoying. Now, thankfully, it being a bulky because it needs to be have all the bulk possible that it can get, so that it can be a problem and it never really dies if it's too bulky. So its speed was not as fast because of the bulk, and that allowed me to break his sub with my Omanite before dying with Hydro Pump. He has a Drain Punches. Now here I think I'd go into my main four again and fake out here into a high jump kick. I think I followed it up. Yep. And the amount of damage, pitiful amount of damage that it did, I realized that this shit is really bulky. And I had to do heat drain punches here, of course. But thankfully, he didn't heal as much as he would have hoped probably. But this allowed me. But of course, he can again copycat drain punch again. But that's what it was. So I live another hit, and I high jump kick it to keep it very very low. And this was necessary because for fake out and for other stuff, I need right now at this point my main for Magnemite were my biggest win. Basically, they were my biggest out, so to say. So bottom did nothing. So I just sacked it to that Riolu as a copycat high jump kicks me, I believe. Yeah. But here then I go back into my main info as I fake out, I think, to kill the Riolu, but he goes nicely into his finish. But I just go hard into my Magnemite. I live every one hit that he did. And he recovers, but I just forced it out here. And this is why it was very nice for me to have this finish knocked, because had it not been knocked, it is a live one hit and it could be a problem after that. So wall searching here was really free because I was kind of worried about what that partner might really be. It hadn't come out all game. I was worried about if it's some offensive variant with a Jilt or something. I'm not sure Jilty is in black and white for Polytron, but I didn't want to take the chance. So I wall switch here till the finish. I don't think it mattered. And go back to my info, and now I just spam high jump kick and win the game. But I still just fake out first, just to be sure, as he then sacks his Riolu for the regen that he gets from Trace. But it didn't matter, the high jump kick ended the game anyway afterwards. So, yeah, again, that would have been very tough for me. I was able to pull out a win for my team. And with this, I think we are 1-2 with the other 5 games yet to play. So hopefully we can pull up the win and go into the playoffs with a winning attitude and winning confidence. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.